Hi, so this video we're going to see another case of share forfeiture, but this is a little tricky because we have allotment, first call arrear, but with pro-rata category. I'm sure you guys would know what is pro-rata category. I've done a lot of workings in the previous video. So we're going to see a problem which talks about share forfeiture reissue but with pro-rata category. So let's see simple small problems first with pro-rata, then we'll go into comprehensive problems too. So for this purpose, I have taken your T.S. Grewal illustration 55. Okay, so let me read out the problem and let's understand what the problem is all about. So this is A Limited forfeited 600 equity shares of 10 each issued at a premium of 20%. So 10 rupees is the share value, 20% premium, that means premium is rupees 2. To Ram, who had applied for 720 equity shares for non-payment of allotment money of rupees 5 per equity share. So now understand 720 equity shares applied. This word is something that you need to look for. When they have given you applied 720 shares, forfeited 600 shares, what does it you understand? What do you understand from this? Ram had applied for 720 shares, but the company has only allotted 600 shares. This clearly tells you this is a pro-rata category. All right. So for non-payment of allotment money of 5 per share, including premium, and the first and final call of 5 per equity share. Okay, these are pretty simple. Out of these, 200 equity shares were reissued to Shyam, credited as fully paid for 9 per equity shares. So reissue happens at a discount. All right, now let's get into the problem. So this is the problem all about. Okay, so I have the information given in the problem here. 720 shares applied, 600 shares allotted to Ram, and Ram has got arrears in allotment and first call. Okay, let's quickly look into the tree diagram, which makes it very simple for us. Okay, 10 rupees is the total value of the share, premium is 2. How do I get 2? 20% of 10 is rupees 2. Okay, so application is 2. They have not given the application money in the problem. If you keenly look into the problem, no application money is given. But how did I get that? Let's fill this first. 5 for allotment including premium, 2 goes to premium, obviously 3 is allotment. So 5 for first call. So add everything, 5 plus 3, 8. So you get application to be 2. Remember, everybody makes this mistake. You add including premium, you add like 5 plus 8 plus 2, you have 10, so you won't have any application. This is a common mistake people do. Or you put 2 here and totally it becomes 14. That should not be the case. Including premium, you should get 12. Excluding premium, you should get 10. So make sure that you're very, very clear with drawing the tree diagram. After we get this sorted out, now this is something extra that we need to do here because it is a pro-rata category. Okay, so whenever there is a pro-rata category, you know that the amount that we received in application is more. So there will be excess application money which needs to be adjusted towards allotment. So here Ram should have paid for 720 shares, right? So this is called the application stage. 720 into 2, which is the application money. So we would have received 1,440. But actually, we allotted only 600 shares to Ram. So 600 into 2,200 is what we should have received. So how much excess do we have? We have an excess amount of 240 rupees with us. That is the excess application money. Now let's move to the allotment stage. How does this affect here? Ram's money that is due in the allotment stage, 600 into allotment 5. So 3,000 is the amount that Ram owes to the company, that's due from him. But we have his money of 240 already with us. So let's go and adjust that here. 3,000 minus 240, you get 2,760. So this is nothing but the allotment arrear. If you don't do this calculation, you would simply think 600 into 5, 3,000 is the arrear amount. But that's not the case. You got to remember, when it is pro-rata, we generally have excess application money that should be adjusted in the allotment stage. That's one reason I did these calculations for you. Now you know this is the allotment area which we have to use it in the share forfeiture entry. Now let's go ahead with the share forfeiture entry. We've done the calculations that's required for this problem. So here we go with the forfeiture entry. Share capital account debit. You know that we have to debit securities premium reserve account because allotment has a premium and allotment has arrears. So I am debiting securities premium reserve account here. To share forfeiture account, and what all you have arrears in, to share allotment account, to share first and final call. Here it's first and final call is just one account. So we have filled, I have put the entry here. Let's go ahead and fill the amount. You know that we are forfeiting 600 shares which is allotted. So 600 into 5 rupees is the first call money. So 600 into 5, 3000 is the first and final call amount. This I'm sure you will not have a problem. Here is a twist. Normally what you do, 600 into 5, you put 3000, but I have 2760. Remember the calculation that we just did right now? Okay, I have calculated this separately and calculated the allotment arrear amount, adjusting the excess application money. So I took this, that's why I put a star here. I took this from the workings that we just did. So 2760 is the allotment arrear amount. And how did I get this share forfeiture 1440? Again from the workings. If you remember, in the application stage, the first amount that we received from Ram, 720 shares into 2. You remember 1440, that amount has to be forfeited. Let me put this point again to you. The amount received so far has to be forfeited. So what we received from Ram is 1440. So you need to forfeit that. Whereas if you calculate for 600 shares, that will be wrong. Don't do 600 into 2. It is 720 into 2. He paid for 720. Okay. So that's how you get the forfeiture amount. Now let's fill this. Securities premium reserve account, 600 into 2 rupees is the premium. And as usual, share capital account, the total paid up value, which is 10 rupees, paid up or called up value, I can say, I'm sorry, called up value. So that's 600 into 10, 6000. Add up everything, your debit and credit is, I'm sure it's going to tally. So this is about the forfeiture entry. I'm sure you should be clear with this. Okay, now let's go ahead to the reissue entry. Once you understand this, reissue and capital reserve is pretty simple. Let's go ahead with the next entry. Alright, so now let's see how to pass a reissue entry. This is a pretty simple case. So out of the 600 shares forfeited, we are reissuing only 200 shares. So I have passed the entry for 200 shares. Bank account debit, forfeited shares account debit to share capital. Now why do we debit share forfeiture account here or forfeited shares here? Reissue is happening at discount. I told you in the previous video, only when reissue happens at a discount, we debit share forfeiture account. So we are reissuing at rupees 9 per share. So it's 200 into 9, which is 1800. So when I reissue for 900, what is the reissue discount? 1 rupee. So 200 into 1 is rupees 200. The total share capital value is 2000, which is 200 into 10. So reissue entry, as you all know, it's pretty simple. I'm sure you would know the narration. I'm not repeating the narration again in these videos, which I've done it in the previous videos. Let's get into the last entry, which is the capital reserve entry. As usual, forfeited shares account debit to capital reserve account. Again, I'll tell you, you can write it as forfeited shares account or share forfeiture account. Both are correct. Okay. Now here, I've got 280. Let me explain to you how we got 280. We forfeited 600 shares, but we reissued only 200 shares. Now you need to convert the amount forfeited from 600 to 200. Look, let's look at the calculation here. For 600 shares, the amount forfeited was 1440. Do you remember this amount? We got it in our calculation which we did in the beginning. So 600 shares, amount forfeited is 1440. How much? It's for 200 shares. Do a cross multiplication. 200 into 1440 divided by 600. I get the answer to be 480. So what is this 480? I converted the amount forfeited for 600 shares to 200 shares. So I got this amount. Now the formula goes like this. Amount forfeited minus reissue discount. What is the reissue discount? 200. So 480 minus 200, I get 280. So this is nothing but 480 minus 200. I repeat, amount forfeited minus reissued discount. Here the reissued discount is 200. So that's how we got the capital reserve 280. If you understand the logic and follow the steps that I told you, like doing the workings and then go ahead with the entry, I'm sure you would get your capital reserve right. So meet you all soon in another interesting concept in the next video. Until then, it's bye from Devaki.